90%, 80%, maybe 85% of all Asian American kids, like first generation, has been to Chinese school.
Oh, definitely.
Like, weekends, after school.
Definitely. I was one of those Saturday school, Chinese schools.
I was every day.
Summer, I was every day.
Oh, summer, I was every day too. 9 to 6.
Did we go over this? Did you go to Killian for Chinese school or no?
No, I went to Puente Hills Chinese School.
That doesn't make sense. Why am I closer to you and you're closer to me?
Yeah.
Oh my god. But I feel like no one really learns anything because you don't use... Like, language is something that if you don't use, you really don't really learn. Like, not to be like whatever, but I really think that we're probably like one of the... Like, our Chinese out of ABCs is like considered as good because we can actually speak it, we can write it, we can read it. We don't have like terrible accents, whereas most ABCs like
you don't have a terrible accent. I might have a in between accent of a Malaysian, Taiwanese. I have no idea what you even call it. Just that middle ground.
Yeah, but it's not bad. It's not like, oh, how ABC. Like, my brother would be like, love you, Didi, but like, how ABC. Like, you say something to him in Chinese and he'll be like, what? Yeah, so I feel like, but I don't know. What are your thoughts of like Chinese school and stuff?
I kind of appreciate it. Like, as a child, I hated it. I would come up with every excuse to not go.
Like what?
I had someone pick me up from school to drive me to Chinese school every day. And I remember there was one time where it wasn't super hot. It was just hot, and I would stick my forehead on the window so like it burns my forehead. And then I go to Chinese school and I'm like, teacher, I have a fever. Can you call my parents? And then so she touches my forehead and she's like, oh yeah, you're hot. God. So she calls my parents and then they come. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Evelyn,
yeah, or
I didn't know you were like that.
Yep, I was very creative. Or I used to hide in the bathroom until my Chinese class was over. Yeah.
What do you do when you hide in the bathroom? Like, what do you do though?
I just kind of stand there, and then...
Evelyn would rather stand in the bathroom than sit in Chinese class.
You have no idea. My Chinese teacher was horrible.
Oh, okay.
She used to write, because I used to never do my Chinese homework.
Okay.
But she used to write, like, I don't know if you remember, there was these little, like, blue books.
Yeah. Well,
right?
mine was green.
Books. Oh. Not blue green?
Huh?
No, just kidding.
Wait, what?
Like, the books with, like, little squares, right? So you can write. Yeah, so I used to never do my Chinese homework, or if I did it, I only copied, like, half the book. Or, like, half the like, the story.
Got you.
And she would, in big caps, write, bad girl, exclamation point, exclamation
point. Oh, that's bad. Why would she say that? That's, like, not okay. You don't just call someone a bad girl just because they didn't do their homework.
Yep. So I hid from her.
All right, I feel this now.
I hated Chinese school, but you know, like growing up, I feel like, well, right now, I feel like Chinese school has taught me a lot of things. Kind of, even though I thought that I didn't learn, I guess very second-handedly learned Chinese from them.
Very second-handedly. That's exactly what your parents paid for Chinese school, for you to learn Chinese second-hand.
Exactly. And you know, like work ethic wise, I feel like at least my Chinese school taught me to like you get there, you do your homework.
Oh,
and
got you.
To this day, I try not to procrastinate because I'm so like drilled to like you get home, you do your homework.
Interesting.
Yeah, so
It didn't work for me. I still procrastinate.
No. You don't procrastinate that much.
I procrastinate in the sense where if it's something I don't want to do, I'll procrastinate until like very last minute. Or I'll like, I don't know. I like procrastinate, but I don't. I think it just depends on what it is. If it's something that's important to me, I'll make time for it. If it's something I don't want to do, well, I can bet I'm gonna have to stay up late in the AMs when my brain's already dead trying to figure this out, you know. But yeah.
But yeah, so just maybe different Chinese school experiences for everyone.
Yeah, because I think for me, all I remember is like I loved monkey bars, and I would always like during research play monkey bars. But then you know how when you play monkey bars you get blisters, especially when it's like hot and stuff. And then I would play, and then I would get blisters, and it would be like really bad where it's like 就是冒泡然后破皮这样子，然后就是整个就是要 band-aids, and then
like it'll like leak the juice inside.
Kind of like when your blisters are so bad, and not blisters, like they're bubbles before, like it's not even blisters, it's like bubbles,
it, like,
and then
up.
And then it pops. And then my Chinese, like my one of my teachers would all like, can you stop playing the monkey bars, like you can't write like this? And I'm like, and then like literally once my hands heal, I'm on the monkey bars again.
I don't need to write.
I'm like, why would I choose writing Chinese over monkey barring? I'm obviously going to choose to monkey bar. Thank you very much. So, but I think I was like a good student though. Like I did my homework. I didn't hide in the bathroom.
Bad girl.
No bad girl. But I really wouldn't say I learned much from there. Obviously, they taught me like the basics. And they taught me how to use the dictionary so that when I decided that I wanted to hone in on my Chinese, I knew how to use the dictionary, and I was able to do that. So yeah, and I think, but besides that, like I don't really remember much about Chinese school. I'm sure like if I actually thought about it, I could think of a lot of stuff, but right now like there's nothing that really comes to mind for me. Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds like you had fun.
Did not have fun, but yeah.
You played monkey bars.
I mean, that was when I was like,
well, I hid in the bathroom.
5. I could only play monkey bars when I was like in preschool or whatever, like that little section kindergarten that they let us in, and then after that, the playground was like trash, you know.
Oh no, that's so sad.
So we never like handball. You could play handball.
Oh, I played handball. Yeah. Oh, handball was aggressive.
Handball. Oh yeah, if you play with aggressive people, and then people who like to like make it really difficult for you, and then so they go like super low, and then so that like you're like
the super slices.
Yeah, slices. That's what they're called. Or when they do it super hard, and you're like, oh my god. Yeah.
Man, good time.
Wow. Tetherball.
I got tetherball. I would always jam my finger.
Ouch.
You never jammed your finger with tetherball?
I wouldn't always jam my finger.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm just not good, you know?
But yeah. All right, we're digressing. But I don't even know what our point today is.
Well, first generation, during a first generation, we kind of, I guess it's kind of like, I know we digressed a lot, but if you come into everything, you tie everything together, we both kind of figured things out ourselves.
Yeah, that's true.
We're thrown into things without even knowing what is ahead of us. Mm-hmm. You're the oldest, I'm an only child, so it's really us navigating like our experiences, where if it's like Chinese school, or like going to Claremont, going to Roland, like our parents don't know what's ahead of us, so they kind of drop us off, and then we figure it out. And that's really how first generation Americans kind of learn to grow, though. That's what I feel like.
That's true. like, I think, especially in our families, like our parents, like, because there's just only so much that they know, and there's only so much that because I feel like some parents are like, let me completely understand this culture in the best that I can for you, and then let me teach you. But I think, like you said, we were kind of just thrown into it, and then our parents didn't know, and they had their own things that they had to focus on, so they don't think about it. And I think as we grow older, like growing up first generation, like Chinese Americans, like we start to wonder these things and start to understand, wow, like how much of a part culture plays in our lives, and like whether it be the way that we connect with people, or like the way that we see the world, or like the way that we process like the way that someone like could talk to us, and all of those things. I feel like, which is actually why our podcast is called Finding Our World, because we feel like we're like stuck in this in between of like, well, I'm too Asian in America and I am too American in Asia. And I really felt that when I came to like study abroad, and even like I'm in Taiwan now, like I still feel that everyone here is like, you're such an ABC. And then when I'm in like LA, everyone's like, why are you so Asian? And I'm like, and then, but it's like, I feel like it's going to be a continual process of us discovering that, and like maybe we'll never really find that quote unquote place where we feel like we belong and people understand us, but I feel like we can create it. And I feel like that's also the point of this podcast, so that people out there who feel the same way as us, like, you guys aren't alone, like we're in this together and we're all figuring this out together, and we will create our own world where we feel safe and where we feel understood.
Yes, connect with us.
Yes, connect with us.
Yeah, but it's true. I don't think it's not necessary to fit into a stereotypical Asian category.
Mm-hmm.
No one fits in a category.
Mm.
And that's something that I feel like if you don't fit in a category, people make fun of that. Or people put you as an outsider.
Yeah. And that's why we want to fit in. Like, we don't actually want to. Like, who wants to be the same like everyone else? But it's that feeling of belonging, and that feeling when people like talk about you and talk to you like you're not part of us. That's why we feel like, oh, but I want to be a part of you guys.
Exactly.